An up and down week hopefully means we're going to have an up day today. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Jason Mattis with Winning Bets. Thanks for hanging out with me on this episode and kicking off your Thursday morning with me here as we're giving out free sports picks each and every single day. Let's go ahead and make sure we recap yesterday. Then we got some good bets for you guys to go ahead and take advantage of today. Yesterday was brutal to us, just really unkind to us. Went 2-3 and down 1.79 units. As now, unfortunately, taking us a little bit down on the week. Down 0.12, but just barely, and still plenty of time to go ahead and pull that back. Some of the losses yesterday, White Sox on that run line won the game, but only won the game 1-0. We're up 2-0, up 4-2, and then just let a late single there by the Pirates get within one run, and they only won that game 4-3. And then also the Brewers. The Brewers also did not cover that run line. They won the game, but they only won the game 3-2. Which is, just upsetting that, Williams was the one that gave up an eighth inning home run there that, cost us that run line. Woodruff had an outstanding outing, 7 innings pitch, only gave up one run. So, yeah, just good job by him. Just couldn't quite cover the run line in both of those games. And, those games are, the tough dilemma there in Major League Baseball in terms of betting. If you have a juice cutoff in baseball, it's either you take run lines or, two-legged, team money line parlays. And, unfortunately, the run lines, didn't work out for us there yesterday, but surely we'll get that right and we'll bounce right back on to the next one. Our other slip up of the day was that Athletics team total. Just couldn't quite hit that Rangers starter. Man, had a good outing. He has not shown that potential, all season long, but he did give up a good, of course, he gave up a home run. We mentioned how he's given up the second most home runs in all of baseball, and no surprise that the run he did give up was via the home run. But yeah, he had a good outing, limited those A's. They hit that bullpen a little bit, but not enough to cover a team total. So dropped that one. The wins we did get right. We got Bauer over 7.5 Ks. He ended the game with 10 Ks, and we also got that Hawks on the money line, and a really exciting game in which they beat the Milwaukee Bucks there in Game 1, the Eastern Conference Finals. But yeah, overall, again, down on the day and a little bit now down on the week, but again, plenty of time to get it back, and that's what we'll certainly, start to do. I wanted to go ahead and remind you guys that we're doing a 2K giveaway when we get to 2,000 subscribers. Guys, we are almost right there. We are knocking on the door. It should be happening maybe one day next week or maybe the week after that. We'll go ahead and do a monster 2K giveaway, so be on the lookout for that. And make sure you tell your friends so they can be a part of that free giveaway as well. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump on into the action today. Got a handful of bets for you today. Got a little bit of variety for you guys. Got something I believe that you'll like and something that I believe you can put some money in your pocket with. The first one, let's look at that Indians versus Twins game. I'm going Twins -1, and this is where kind of talked about there in that recap of do you do run lines or do money line parlays. I'm going to do over at DraftKings that alternate run line of Twins -1. Obviously, if they win by 1, you get the push, right there. And it's at -132 over at DraftKings. The Twins offense is top 10 versus the Indians offense, which is bottom 5. So we get a massive advantage there in terms of offenses, obviously in our favor. The Indians do hold a bullpen advantage. They sit about top 10, where the Indians sit about top 10, where the Twins sit about bottom 10 in most of the categories. But hopefully that doesn't matter because our starter advantage is just massive here for the Twins. You got Barrios on the mound for Mejia. For Mejia, 6.1 ERA, a 1.25 whip, a 262 opponent's batting average, and a K per 9 of 8.2. Barrios is better in all those numbers. He's got a 3.56 ERA, a 1.09 whip, a 227 opponent's batting average, and a K per 9 of 9.4. So if we get the starter advantage that we believe we can get, combine that with the offensive advantage that we have, the bullpen advantage that the Indians carry in this game shouldn't matter in the end. I like Twins to cover that -1 spread, so we'll do that at -132 over at DraftKings. The next bet I like here is I'm going to go ahead and do Pittsburgh Pirates versus St. Louis Cardinals. I'm going to do the F5 total runs of over 4.5 runs at -118 over at DraftKings. Just look at the starters here. You've got Cool on the mound. You're going up against Martinez. For Martinez, just been really bad this season. 6.62 ERA, a 1.37 whip, a 255 opponent's batting average, and a 6.2 K per 9. For Cool, a 5.66 ERA, a 1.49 whip, a 238 opponent's batting average, and a 6.9 K per 9. So what I like about both of these pitchers is they're giving up a lot of contact, they're giving up hits, they're giving up runs, and they're just not striking out batters. Only 6.2 and 6.9 K per 9. That is really bad from a starter perspective. So like that these offenses and get it. Pirates are playing better lately. They've won 3 of their last 5 games, including one against the first place White Sox. So looks like the Pirates have certainly turned the corner and are playing better baseball. So I believe we can get to 5 runs through the completion of the 5th inning. So that's what we'll bet at -118 over at DraftKings. Let's keep it going here. Let's look at this Royals versus Yankees game. I'm going to do the team. I'm going to do Royals Yankees over 9.5 runs at -108 over at DraftKings. This is the 3rd game in this series. The first 2 games have both seen 11 runs. 11 runs at both of those games, and now we get a day game here where the ball should be flying out of the ballpark a little bit better, a little bit easier, so we get that a little bit of advantage for us. From a starter perspective, you got Keller on the mound versus Talion, 2 starting pitchers that just haven't been getting it done this season. For Talion, a 5.59 ERA with a 1.34 WHIP and a 262 opponent's batting average. It's really worse here for Keller of the Royals there, a 6.34 ERA, a 1.75 WHIP, and a 3.11 opponent's batting average. That is really, really bad. In fact, both of those numbers are obviously really bad. And it's just bad when you talk about what these offenses have been doing. We already saw what they've done in the first 2 games of the series because they're 10th ranked offense there for the Royals, and the Yankees are up to number 18. And when I mean up to number 18, they've been bad for most of the season, but they're climbing their way up out of the bottom, and they're starting to become one of the better offenses that most people thought they were going to be in the offseason. So, and of course, again, it's game 3, so all these bullpen arms have been used, they've been exposed, we know what they've got by now. So I think that this game can get 10 plus runs. So I'll go ahead and bet that at -108 over at DraftKings. Then the last bet I want to give for you guys is I'm going to go ahead and do a NRFI. I'm going to go back to the Athletics-Rangers game. I know we got burned there on Monday, but boy, the numbers just scream that this one should hit. So we'll see if we can get the NRFI to hit today at -113 over at DraftKings. As you can see in the bet slip, this is a free roll for me. If you don't have a free roll, to use for this one, it's cheaper over at FanDuel. It's only -110 over at FanDuel, so maybe you can buy it over there at FanDuel. For the starters, that's all that really matters, obviously. You've got Bassett on the mound versus Allard. Look, the Athletics, in terms of what these 2 teams are doing, we already know they're ranked 26th and 27th in runs per first inning because, again, we took this bet on Monday. So Bassett, though, he has been outstanding in the first inning. 15 innings pitched. He's only given up 4 runs, and he's gotten 14 Ks. That is really, really good for Allard. He's given up 2 runs. He's only had 4 starts. He has given up 2 runs. Both of those runs were against the Rays, and where the Athletics ranked 26th in runs per first inning, well, the Tampa Bay Rays ranked 10th. So obviously that was a much better and significant better offense there against the Athletics. Allard then has had clean first innings against the Dodgers and Twins. So better teams, obviously, than the Athletics. He got tripped up against the Rays, but then he was good against the Dodgers and Twins. So like that, Allard's opponent's batting average is 217. Bassett's is 218. So these guys are doing good, limiting the contact, and getting swings and misses because both of these guys have K per 9s above 9.0. So love what these guys are doing in terms of getting outs. Let's just hope they can get 6 outs. 6 outs to glory, as we all know what the NRFI is. And we'll do that one at -113 over at DraftKings on the free roll. All right, guys, those are the only bets I've got right now. I like Blue Jays team total, but that hasn't been posted on the sports books. And I'm also considering a Astros and Dodgers money line parlay. We'll see if I get around to pulling the trigger on either one of those 2 bets. And if I do that, you can look for me to announce it on Twitter at WinningBetsPod. It's at WinningBetsPod. Otherwise, I'm going to roll with these 4 bets at a minimum. We'll look to get back to positive on the week before we head on into the weekend. All right, guys, get your bets in. Let's do it. And we'll come back here tomorrow, recap it, and start it off again. Have a good one. Thanks for watching this episode of Winning Bets. I'm Jason Mattis. I'll see you again when we are celebrating the wins and making more winning bets. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more winning bets.